All right. Devin Nunes has officially resigned from Congress. Let's look into his future, shall we? What's it look like for the future of Devin Nunes? As we use the circus cards. Because what better ones to use? You know what? We're going to go whole spread for you, buddy. Let's see. We start with the Knight of Swords and the Sun. This is, actually, this is a bit irrational. There's this decision. It was made out of haste. Knight of Swords can be about revenge because, not that in his case, but the reason it can be is because it's irrational. It's rash. It's impulsive. It's like, I need to get back at what I was doing or get back at someone or whatever. And then the Sun. The Sun and the King of Swords. So this is irrational around a King of Swords, unless that's you, but there's an irrational decision that was made because of something bright and shiny. So there was an opportunity that looked like it was going to be a good thing or great thing or something like that. The Ten of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, there is a promise for money or a promise for a better future or a promise for something. Seven of Pentacles is about investments, but it's also about planting. So when you plant the seed and you're taking care of it the way you think you should, if you put in an apple seed, you don't expect to get a pear tree. So it's like there's a promise that one day if I do the right thing, that this will give me what I want. And so that's kind of where he is right now. Is he's been promised the bright and shiny with the Sun. Okay, but it was still a very, very, very rash decision. I don't think you thought this one through. I think you thought that this would be more secure opportunity, whatever it was that you wanted to leave Congress for is going to be a more secure opportunity. There's more money in it. It's going to pay out in the long run type of thing. But this was rash, is what Spirit is saying here. And the Moon and the Ace of Pentacles. There's going to be something a little murky with the opportunity, though. The Ace of Pentacles in its traditional depiction, which, anyway, there is, I had it somewhere closer. Anyway, you'll see the hand offering the pentacle, and then there's a garden, and beyond the gate, though, are mountains, which means that, yes, the opportunity has started here where it's pretty, but once you leave the confines, then things get a little harder to maintain, which is why the next card in the pentacle line is the Two of Pentacles. Now you have to balance. Now you have to, do that type of thing. So the Moon here is about mysteries. It's murky, subconscious, evolutionary chain. It's like the things that are supposed to take time to develop or supposed to take time are not being given that time, the rash decision. So that's why it's going to be a little harder. Not to say you won't be successful, but this is going to be hard because one acted out of impulse. Your fear is the Fool card. This is a perfect image. Deck chooses the reading. I always thought I was being messy by using these cards, but no, deck chooses the reading here. The Fool card, your fear is Donald Trump. Your fear is also the Knight of Swords, acting out of haste, acting unprepared. And so let's say Donald Trump is here with the lion and you're about to walk right into his mouth. You did it willingly. You know who he is. You cannot be afraid and then jump into the lion's mouth at the same time. And you're going to use your logic and your wisdom, which is what the swords usually is, until you get to the knight, to where it's like rash decision. And so you made an impulse. You were not prepared for this in particular thing. That's your fear, and I think you have realized that because you've drawn that to you. Your hopes, though, is the Six of Wands for elevation and success and that type of good thing. So that's what you hope for. In your environment is the Eight of Swords. The reason it is there is the Death card. So you have trapped yourself. And because of the giant change that you just made. So you have, I won't say you, well, yeah, you trapped yourself. This sometimes the Knight of Swords is hard to impossible to undo. Nothing's impossible, but you know, it's very hard to undo. Because when you act out of haste, then you did not give yourself the time to make an informed decision. Sometimes you do need to think on the fly. But a pastor told me a long time ago, somebody comes to you and asks you a question, there's some sort of offer attached or whatever. If they are not giving you a chance to think, to pray, is what he said, to think and pray, then the answer is automatically no. Because I don't want to be this person. Even if I miss out on the opportunity and it turned out to be fantastic, I still needed time to stop and think, because I don't need to make it a precedent for me to just think on the fly all the time, or to make a decision out of impulse all the time, I should say. So I think you made a very rash decision. I won't say you made a bad decision, but it does not look like it's panning out the way you want it to with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card that makes you feel like you're trapped. The reason it's here is because of the Death card, because of the giant change you just made. So your word of warning is the King of Cups. So there are, I don't know, it's some sort of man there. I don't know who, if you're working for or under someone, but the King of Cups, because that's not Donald Trump. Unless this is Donald Trump. Because I did say it was a rash decision. But you may be your own worst enemy there. But your King of Solace, your card of solace, or your word of solace, is the Eight of Wands. And so moving forward, the communications are not the worst in the world. The Eight of Wands does not offer much solace. You're going to be put in a position with your hopes to be in a talking position. So you will at the very least have some cosmetic power. I don't know if you're going to have legitimate power, but we'll see. It ends in the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. This is going to deteriorate over time. The Two of Wands is potential, and this has a lot of potential to go very bad. I think you made the wrong decision. Now, in the past, I got that, you'll have a good financial start, a good, which I think you still will, but it deteriorates over time to where, oh, look, judgment on the bottom, to where I think you made the wrong decision. But you know what? Life sometimes is just like that. Sometimes there are no failures. Sometimes there's just step one. And then whatever step two brings you, you have a little more wisdom and insight because of step one. So good luck to you. Stay out of Congress, please, and thank you.